Hello everyone, Paleo Paul here, back with another video. Thank you so much for your support on my YouTube journey so far. I'm having so much fun, and I'm really enjoying reading people's comments about my videos. Welcome to my new series breaking down Netflix's new documentary, The Dinosaurs. Today, we're going to look at Chapter 1, which is called Rise. I hope you enjoy it. So this episode starts in a thick forest with a caption reading 65 million years ago, which was the late Cretaceous. Emerging from this forest at a high speed is a Pachycephalosaurus, which our narrator, the famous Morgan Freeman, pronounces strangely. To me, anyway. How do you guys pronounce it? The design is pretty good, but maybe a little too thin. I prefer the design in The Lost World. It has more of a thick body, I think. This Pachycephalosaurus seems quite agitated, and then we see that his family, a group of females, are waiting for him on the opposite side of a massive herd of dinosaurs, including what looks like Edmontosaurus and Alamosaurus. Our dinosaur needs to get to his group, and sensing he has no other choice, runs straight into the herd, risking serious injury or death. In fact, he is almost crushed by an Alamosaurus, who kind of does this funny look back to see what hit his leg. This made me smile. A lot of the animals in this show have some personality, which is great. It really helps you bond with them. After a mad dash, our male reaches safety, only to find that another male has moved in on his females, so a fight breaks out, and these two clash heads. Our male is injured in the battle. We have fossils showing injuries like this one, and it's reasonable to assume that they did battle like this. Just as the rival looks to end the fight, out of nowhere, a Tyrannosaurus grabs him and kills him. It's pretty brutal too. I was surprised. It definitely reminded me of the ending to Jurassic Park as well. And yeah, T-Rex had pads on its feet, so it could definitely sneak up on potential prey, especially if the prey is preoccupied like these guys. I've got more things to say about the T-Rex, but we'll leave it till later. The rest of the Pachycephalosaurus scatter. While the T-Rex eats, the camera zooms out to show the full scale of the scene, with so many dinosaurs and pterosaurs. This was a great intro, and I'm sure we'll come back here later, probably in a future episode. For now, we go way back in time, 235 million years ago to the Triassic. I like how the show transitions between times. The Earth spinning and the land shifting is a really cool effect. This is the supercontinent Pangaea, in what would become Argentina. It's very hot at this time with a lot of deserts and not much vegetation, and the world is dominated by reptiles. The first group we meet are reptiles called rhynchosaurs. They're herbivores, and we can see a whole group of them. I like their faces. They have a kind of cute design, and I think based on work by paleo artist Mark Whitten. However, towards each other they seem to be bullies, squabbling over food. Life's tough, I guess, in the Triassic. Then, the top predator of the ecosystem arrives. Another reptile known as Luperasuchus. I love how he walks through the nervous rhynchosaurs, putting them in their place. He carries himself like the king of his time. And he was. He's also very hungry, but today he feels like an easier meal than these guys. Eggs. And this is where we meet our first dinosaur, Marasuchus. 4 hatchlings just born. I love their little feather coats, like chickens, and I like how it's revealed that they can stand up, separating them from other reptiles. But that ability isn't just for show. It's for survival. They have to run. Next, the 4 hatchlings are being chased across a beach by hungry Luperasuchus, being picked off one by one while trying to hide. It looks pretty desperate. I was surprised to see Tinostropheus getting in there too, with its long neck reaching in through the bark and the trees. Definitely one of the weirdest looking Triassic reptiles, and one of the most famous. You see it in a lot of pictures. Unfortunately, only one baby Marasuchus reaches the safety of the forest. This show is really trying to point out that at this point in time, dinosaurs are far from the rulers they would become. After her escape, we fast forward 1 year later. Our Marasuchus is all grown up. I love this design even more than the baby version. The colors are really cool, and she's definitely very bird-like with the way she hops around and the way her head darts from side to side. We catch up with her exploring the forest, and she discovers a dead rhynchosaur. I think she's hungry, but sadly this lunch belongs to Luperasuchus, her old nemesis, as Morgan Freeman says. She has no chance against it, so she retreats. She needs a new plan. She has another advantage over the reptiles, though. She can remain active at night when it's much colder. I love this shot of Marasuchus against the moon. It's very pretty, great composition. As the Luperasuchus becomes drowsy because of the cold, much like modern reptiles, Marasuchus sneaks in and steals its food. I like how this episode is constantly revealing dinosaurs' adaptations after we see what they're up against, showing the problem, followed by the reaction. But for now, it's time to leave Marasuchus behind and jump forward in time. First, to the Carnian pluvial event, or the time when it rained for 1 million years, causing huge global changes. Some animals, like rhynchosaurs, couldn't adapt and went extinct. It doesn't state how exactly, but one factor might have been that they couldn't eat the new plants which appeared following the rain. For now, the carnivores are doing okay though. Next, we find ourselves in the late Triassic, around 215 million years ago. This whole second half of the episode features species discovered in Germany. The first dinosaurs we see are the Plateosaurus. These are babies, exploring a now much greener world after the rains. The show waits to reveal the adults to maybe give more impact and focus on how now the dinosaurs are starting to take over and diversify. The Plateosaurus are adapted to reach food in higher places, something that the rhynchosaurs and other reptiles couldn't do. At the river, they stop to enjoy a drink, while the young watch on. This is where we see a new dinosaur emerge from the trees. This is Procompsognathus, which you might remember again from the Lost World, although here it's looking much different, sporting a nice coat of feathers. I like how bird-like it is, it's cool. It's kind of yappy, like a chihuahua. He makes his way over to the river while being inspected by his much larger neighbors. He's no threat to Plateosaurus. This Procompsognathus is joined at the riverside by another of his kind. They bicker, probably over the best spot to drink. Suddenly, from the river, one of them is dragged in by some kind of crocodilian, possibly Mystriosuchus. I think Mystery's a fitting name, since we don't get a good look at it. All of the dinosaurs around the river run from the scene. I think this shows that while they're expanding their influence, they're not in charge yet. They still sometimes become food for other reptiles, especially in the water. After this, time skips forward again to 201 million years ago. On the ground, things may be going in favor of the dinosaurs, but the skies belong to another type of reptile, the pterosaurs. Thousands of them, all gathered in the cliffs. It's quite a sight. It's not stated what they are exactly, but maybe they're Calestaventus. But I'm not sure, as they're an American pterosaur, but we're in Germany. These pterosaurs are here to mate. We focus on one particular pterosaur as he chases off his rivals and begins a courtship ritual with the watching female. Keep in mind, this behavior is total guesswork based on modern animals. Still fun though. The two are completely focused on each other, unaware of the approaching danger. From the passages below, the pterosaurs have attracted the attention of a predator, a Lilian sternus. This is such a cool looking dinosaur, and I really like how they show it in this series. Its movement is careful and deliberate. It's great, and I like its head design as well. I like the crests and the neck. The long neck is really cool. This show refers to it as a her, and she approaches the pterosaurs, who are still busy with their ritual. Quietly, she stalks the two reptiles. One wrong move, and the alert will be sounded by the thousands of flyers above. The shot from between the pterosaur's legs of the Lilian sternus is already meme material. It's so good. I like how she just peeks over the rock. She strikes, pinning the male down as the female flies away. He stands no chance. The panic has drawn in another predator, a hungry-looking Rawasuchian, looking for an easy meal. However, this won't be the pushover it used to be. Lilian sternus is more than capable of holding her ground. Finally, after millions of years, the dinosaurs are no longer bullied by their older cousins. Their rise has truly begun. I really like how this is a complete contrast to the beginning of the episode, where the dinosaurs had to run. Now they can stand and fight, and it's really cool to see. Before a fight can begin, though, the ground shakes and a volcano erupts. This episode ends with a close-up of Lilian sternus, with the eruption reflected in its eye. It's a really cool shot. Overall, that was great. What a start to the dinosaurs. I admit I was a bit apprehensive when this show was first announced, given some of the recent documentaries have been a bit disappointing, but so far, this is good. I like how there's a focus on less popular animals. If I had one criticism, it's that it feels a bit too fast. We don't get as much time with each dinosaur as I would have liked. The Marasuchus was especially cute, but it's not a big deal right now. So, yeah, strong start. I enjoyed it. Some of the designs were so good, and their behavior doesn't seem too far fetched either. I'm looking forward to seeing what's next. I'm guessing episode 2 is going to start us off in the Jurassic, maybe. But we'll see. And we'll stop there. Thanks for sticking with me until the end. Before you go, if you could hit the like button and subscribe, it would really help me out. Finally, I'm also on Instagram or X as PaleoPaul85, so come and say hi. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.